Hi there, TCS. This is Rachel Brockman, and I'm going to take a couple of moments to show you how to set up your categories for your gradebook in PowerTeacher Pro. This video is intended for our elementary schools and our middle school, as all of those schools are set up on a total points average. So this video is to help you set up your gradebook to do a total points average. I am in PowerSchool SIS right now. I logged in, accessing the link through Clever, and used my .org account to log in. And I'm going to go into one of the classes that I teach that I have access to. And once it pulls up, you'll normally see the assignments that have been made for that class. At this point, we haven't made assignments, but we will see those later. But we want to pay attention to the left hand, the navigation menu. And on the left-hand side, there's a button that's called Grading. You're going to want to select that and then go down to the Categories option. When it loads, you're going to see every single category that was used at the elementary and middle school level in iNow. So our job right now is to go through and select the ones that we want to be available when we create an assignment. So if we create an assignment, we need to have a category available for every type of assignment that we might create. If we know, for example, that classwork is going to be a type of assignment that we would create, maybe we want to keep this one. So to make sure that we keep it and to set the parameters for it that we need to today, we need to go over to the Edit button. And then we need to look at this first screen. So this first screen, you can select the classes that you want to have this category available for. So for example, right now I'm looking at a variety of classes, some from elementary, some from middle school, some from high. In this case, this category that's going to be total points, maybe I want this to be available for my fifth period science class, for my seventh grade geography class, and my seventh grade English class, okay? So once you select the classes you want this category available for, you're going to see those show up here at the top. Next, we need to check down here on the status bar. On the status bar, we can either select active or inactive. And so this is a category that we want to have available, so we're going to leave it as active. If it's a category we don't want available, we're going to select inactive, and it won't show up in the drop-down box at the point that you are creating an assignment. If you click on the Next tab, on this tab, we've got the published assignment immediately. We'll keep that there, that we want to publish these scores, these classwork scores. And then we get down here to score type. And this is very important for setting up our gradebook. We need to make sure that the score type is set to points. So for elementary school and middle school, we need to make sure that it's set to points. So select points. At that point, we will need to select a default value that is going to show up in our gradebook when we associate it with this type of assignment. So if we create an assignment and we select that we're going to call it classwork, it's a classwork assignment, we need to have a default value for that. So this is where, like, the weight of assignments, this is where this bears out. So for example, if there's a test type of assignment, we probably want to weight that a little heavier than we might would a classwork assignment. So classwork assignments, maybe we want to set the default at 20 points. What's nice is when you actually are creating your assignments, let's say you're creating a classwork assignment, and that default comes up at 20 points, but you really, really need it to be like 30 points, you can change the score value for that particular assignment. But just know that when you first pull it up, that default value is going to be there. I'm going to stop real quick and say that at this point, we need to be checking with our administrators about any expectations they have for the setup of our grade books. So maybe they give you freedom there to do that by department or by pod. Maybe they want the whole school set up the same way, but you do need to check with your administrator just to make sure that you're setting yours up with the different categories that your administrator wants, and also with the default point values that they'd like to see there. Also, we'll designate whether or not this type of work, classwork, will be counted in the final grade or not. So you select that there. When you click View All, it will go ahead and show you all the categories. That's just for you to see. Once you've made any changes that you need to that type of category, you're going to go down and click Save. And when you click Save, it will go ahead and edit that for the classes that you selected. And then you'll go down to the next category name and start editing it. Let's say that for project and presentations, we decide that we do not want that particular category. We don't want that one active. So I may set that one to inactive and then click Save. And when we do that, you'll see that it is removed from our category list. So it's no longer on the list of categories. You can go up here to the Show Inactive button, and if you select it, it will put any inactive categories that we created back into our list. So there it is down there at the bottom, but you'll see that it doesn't have a place that we can reorder the categories because it's inactive. The final thing you need to know about this particular screen is that once you have your categories set, some of these you may use more frequently than others. And so when you're creating your assignments and you use the drop-down list to select a category, you probably want the categories you're going to use most to be at the top. So you can use this reorder list to reorder your categories any way that you like. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can always email me at rachel.brockman@trustfulcityschools.com.